Hello and welcome. I'm doing a Raid Shadow Legends champion review video. I'm going to be reviewing Skink and his position in the game. He's an early to mid game champion. He's Lizardman and he's a rare attack type. So Skink has his A1 is will ignore block damage and shield buffs. This is good for arena and a lot of the boss fights. He's only his three abilities only attack one enemy each, which is why he's given such low reviews. However, I hope to change your opinion on him. So his A1 block damage and shield buffs, which is great. His A2 is an attack one enemy and has a 50% chance of placing a 30% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. So he's not typically used as a decreased defense champion, as it's only a 50% chance and it can only go up to 75. However, his second debuff is guaranteed. So it places a 50% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns if the target has decreased defense debuff. So often you want this popping quite a bit, which doesn't always happen with the AI. However, if you run him with a cold heart, you're set because of her decreased heal reduction debuff. Sorry. Even running him with a War Maiden free to play and haven't got a cold heart yet will allow him to place heal reduction more frequently. His A3 is an attack one enemy again, and it's a critical if the target has heal reduction. So that's why you want to be pushing this attack. His aura is what makes him liable for Doom Tower. So Doom Tower, the secret room, there's a secret room which has magic only champions. Therefore his aura has the ability to assist with that. 30% is quite high. It's actually quite close to Ikal, giving the 43%. So Skink, I'll do his artifacts. So I've put him in 2 lots of cruel and crit damage because he's guaranteed his criticals on his A3. Putting him in more crit damage over crit rate is advised. Cruel gives him a nice base attack, which assists with just dealing out lots of damage, as he's only a 1 target hitter. I've tried to boost him with giving him quite high attack, high crit damage, ideally around 200%. Crit rate, you probably want it sitting 60-70%. Therefore, he's popping it quite often, even without. Accuracy, I find sitting at 100 is pretty reliable. And his speed, I have not touched. However, speed is good. You're running, speed comp. I just run him Sandra, so I haven't put much into speed. Attack percent chest and attack percent boots is what I'd recommend. Putting him in a set of speed boots works as well. However, pure attack is ideal for him, which is not common. So yeah, a bit of crit rate here and there. I focused on kind of getting a bit of crit damage going though. Yeah, crit damage gloves with attack percent. What I've gone for. As for rings, just as much attack and damage as possible. As for masteries, I spent a while figuring out his masteries. I recommend, well, I haven't got him to level 60 yet, and I won't for a while as I'm only 140 days into this game, so pretty early still. I recommend, pumping the crit rate, crit damage, from there, getting a bit of increased damage when he's at lower health. I find that he's a little bit of a squishy champion, even with a bit of extra health. I usually run him with Still of the Drakes in the magic only Doom Tower, as well as in the crypt. The faction crypt. I put him with reviving or plan to. I haven't got any legendary Lizardman yet. Healing is always good. Increased damage with when they have higher max HP, which is quite common, especially in Doom Tower. 30% chance. Yeah, this one's also recommended because it gives a 30% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random skill by 1 turn if the damage exceeds 30% of the target's max HP. He's quite consistently a high damage dealer on one target, so it's quite sized. And I put him in Mythological and Killstreak. As for the second mastery tree, I found that defense was not that beneficial. A lot of the guides put him in Delay Death and then Retribution. I don't find that these help him particularly. Putting him in the extra accuracy, if you haven't got him in accuracy gear, is better. I found that if I put him in accuracy gear, he's missing out on crit damage or other stats that benefit him higher. So accuracy, more accuracy, again, healing, and then followed up by more accuracy while enemies are alive, as he's kind of a bit more on the squishy side compared to level 6. I put him in this because ideally, yeah, Crawl is the main one you want to pump with crit damage. So I found that that was beneficial. And then 30% chance to extend the duration of any debuff cast by this champion by 1 turn. Therefore, whenever he lands his decreased defense or heal reduction, it's a higher chance that it's a 3-turn rather than a 2-turn cooldown. 3-turn debuff over a 2-turn debuff. I'm gonna show you what he's like and where I use him. So, well, I'll start with Doom Tower. So it's currently Secret Room 4 is the magic champions only. This build has 1 legendary. It actually works without, which is nice. I can swap her out with him. But yeah, having epics and rares be able to defeat a Doom Tower Secret Room is quite useful. So you can see his aura here at play. It increases the magic ally attack in all battles by 30%. So he's an all-round, he's great for Spirit Keep, which I'll show you as well, as that works with the affinities. And he's great for Doom Tower. So I'll show you guys how he goes here. I've tried to build him in a way that he can take a few hits, but not the toughest, because often, well, in Faction Wars, there's only a few Lizardmen that will really kind of get you through early mid-game, and the rares that are available are really limited. There's kind of only 3 viable rare Lizardmen, and 1 uncommon that works all right. Beyond that, you're looking at 1 or 2 epics, really only 1 epic, and I mean, most of the legendaries are pretty good, but they're kind of late game or pay-to-play players. So Skink is a good option. What else? He's kind of a good all-rounder when you don't have another aura champion available. Having, 30%. There are better auras, but his aura is pretty solid. As you can see here, he's just completely dead, but his aura has gone into effect and buffed Warden and Royal Guard or Scylla the Drakes. Actually, not Scylla the Drakes, as she's a defense-based champion, but the main damage dealers receive the buff. And we might even see him get a hit off. Oh, probably not. Yeah, he's pretty good for kind of early to mid game. He is useful in campaign, but I'd only say if you pulled him really early in the game, because your starters are magic affinity, meaning that assists. He's also liable for early game arena. My arena's not. Yep. Show you him. Spirit. So putting Skink as the leader in Spirit Keep, having a build which contains, I mean, there's two, actually only one rare there that will get the boost, but yes, it's like, yeah, having a build that's mostly magic type for Spirit Keep, ideal with affinities. Therefore, Skink is an early game to game. He even worked quite well in the late game. Spirit Keep. So Skink will actually, you could see in the Spirit Heap, will ignore block damage buffs, which very few champions have the ability to do that. He could still hit despite the block damage, which usually makes someone invincible. There's that. All right, so for Lizardman Faction Wars, you can see I don't have locked at this point. Lizardman is one of the hardest, if not the hardest, Faction Wars complete. Early game, you can see there's very few rare, uncommon, or common champions available, making it really hard for free-to-play players. There are a few fusible champions like Broadmoor, even this guy, but yeah, it's still not an easy one game. I recommend Saurus. He's a decent uncommon, as he has an AoE on his first ability and second ability. This makes him reasonably liable. I haven't built him out, however, I've seen done. Another recommendation is, well, Skink. He's decent early mid game. Yep, along with Bogwalker. He's decent. He's got his one hitter, decrease attack, increase defense, which helps, and an AoE, and a passive of reflect damage when he's hit with a critical. So he's good, and he's got an, okay, his aura's not great. I also recommend Skullsworn. He has decent attacks as well as an increased speed counterattack, and his passive is okay. His aura is not that great. However, with how many force type lizardmen there are for Faction Wars, Skink's aura is almost useless. If you're running Doug, he's decent. I've been kitting him up in, I believe, lifesteal, and he's a decent attack, HP based. No, I think I've got him in lifesteal. He's got a lot of HP, so and he hits quite hard. He's decent. Drake, he works. Not ideal. He's an okay epic. Honestly, most of the epics will get you through till mid stage, even the free. However, yeah, any of the other rares or uncommons aren't even worth, they're just food. If you pull Dragamorph, he works very well with Skink as, you know, the aura. Either you run him as main aura and Skink pops off accuracy really nicely, or you run Skink and just max out his attack abilities with that plus 30%. However, if you pull any of the other decent legendaries, you won't want Skink's aura anymore. In that case, yeah, swap it up. Yeah, so that's pretty much Skink. All right, thanks for watching. Hope to make some more content soon. So thanks, guys. Stay tuned.